This is our news, the weekend edition, and on the broadcast tonight, police issue several warnings to the public this holiday weekend. Plus, the U.S. charge d'affaires talks relations between the U.S. and the Bahamas. And the immigration minister says the immigration backlog is being addressed.
Our news is brought to you by Alive.
Good evening, I'm Andrew Knowles, and thanks so much for joining us. As the holiday weekend continues, police have several warnings for motorists and beachgoers. Our Jared Higgs tells us more.
Police are cautioning drivers not to get behind the wheel if they don't have a valid driver's license or insurance. Amid a holiday weekend traffic crackdown, ASP Paul Cash of the Police Traffic Division had this warning for drivers.
We are encouraging you, just as Chief Superintendent Stubbs would have said, to make sure that you are compliant with all rules and regulations of the traffic laws, that you are currently up to date with your insurance policies, that you're up to date with your driver's licenses, and that you're current, and that the vehicles that you are you will be driving will be roadworthy. We just want to encourage everybody, and Mr. Stubbs would have alluded to this family, but I'm going to say even to those friends in particular who lend out their cars, who allow them to just go from maybe the house to the gas station. We will be there.
Cash also had this message for persons riding on the back of trucks and the drivers of those vehicles.
As of late, we have had a number of accidents that have involved persons that would have fallen from the back of a truck because of them sitting on either the railing or the tailgate. The trucks were too overcrowded. We want to discourage that. Drivers, you are responsible for your vehicles. So for me, please, take control of your vehicle. Do not overcrowd those trucks. Make sure all of your passengers are seated properly within those vehicles, even on the inside of the cabs. Wear your safety belt and slow down.
And what about beachgoers? Police Press Liaison Officer Superintendent Shanta Knowles is asking parents and guardians to be vigilant in watching their kids as they play near water.
Each year we see accidents involving children on beaches or near pools or waterways. And so for that reason now we want to ask, while we ask you to pay attention to the traffic rules and regulations, we also want those people who will be attending the beaches and have children in their company to pay attention to the children, especially as they are in the water. Do not leave the children unattended near the water or in the water at any time. If you are on the beach with your children, do not party so much or consume so much alcohol that you forget your children at the beach or to look for them.
Knowles also encouraged parents to learn life-saving procedures.
This is a good time for us to encourage or teach our children how to swim and CPR practices. So in the event of an accident, we'll be able to assist until medical personnel gets there.
Reporting for our news, I'm Jared Higgs.
All right, thanks a lot, Jared. Well, U.S. Charge d'Affaires Stephanie Bowers touting the strong relationship between the United States and the Bahamas. This after the U.S. donated a $2 million maritime surveillance radar to the Royal Bahamas Defense Force that was commissioned on Wednesday in Inagua. Bowers said it's important for the U.S. to assist in keeping the Bahamas' borders safe as it's right next door to Florida.
OPBAT, or Operation Bahamas Turks and Caicos, goes all the way back to 1982. So we've had this joint partnership since then, and today what we're doing is expanding on that partnership. By installing this radar here, we're going to have a better picture of what's coming into the southern Bahamas, so that under OPBAT, both of our forces can better respond and interdict any illicit activity. So today is a huge step forward.
Over the years, the Bahamas has been the recipient of several donations from the U.S. Embassy, particularly in the crime fight. But according to Bowers, it doesn't end there. Wednesday, Wednesday's radar donation is just the first of several to be commissioned in the Bahamas.
Today we indicated that this is the first radar of several that are to come. So for any criminals that think they're going to navigate around our radar system, they would be wrong, because it's going to be expanded throughout the country. So we're really happy to have a partner like the Bahamas that is interested in securing its borders, because when we work together, we accomplish great things.
Well, the Department of Immigration is still weeks behind with approving work permits. Immigration Minister Brent Simonet said when he last checked, the department was still 2 weeks behind.
When I checked yesterday, I did work permit applications for April 3rd. So that's what, 2 weeks? We're 2 weeks behind in work permit applications. A third of those are getting replied to electronically as opposed to in the post. So we're pretty well up to speed on that. The Commission has done about 205 citizenship applications we hope to bring to Cabinet next week. So they're pretty well caught up. They're down to under 300 odd, I think, at the moment.
Simonet said processing applications for citizenship and permanent residency will be moved into a new building, adding that the present backlog is really because of missing files.
A lot of the backlog, which we're finding as we delve into it, is persons who haven't delivered paperwork. So in other words, I was looking at some files yesterday. We haven't heard from those people since 2015. So we're now trying to reach out to a number of those.
Well, still ahead tonight, a youth organization receives a grant to further their program. We'll tell you all about it. That story and more when our news, the Weekend Edition, returns.